Today in the Daily Dose, the Haymarket Riot. During the American 1880s, industrial workers continued to protest low wages and dangerous working conditions, heating up the American labor movement with strikes and pushback against industrialists, at the same time attracting the attention of mostly immigrant socialists, communists, and anarchists, intent on dismantling the principles of American capitalism. In 1886 Chicago, after a May 3rd strike in front of the McCormick Reaper Works, police opened fire on striking workers, killing or wounding multiple protesters on the picket line. In response, anarchist leader August Spies, who had witnessed the unprovoked attack, organized a protest rally at Haymarket Square, set to kick off the following evening. Workingmen to Arms read his hastily printed flyers, which soon caught the attention of a multitude of disaffected radicals and workers alike. Shortly after 8:30 on the night of May the 4th, several thousand workers and activists assembled in Haymarket Square, where Spies took to the back of a hay wagon with an impassioned speech meant to fire up the crowd, followed by a second speech by radical anarchist and former Confederate soldier Albert Parsons. Approaching 9 o'clock, police arrived to break up the crowd, prompting a radical to hurl a bomb at the line of officers, who in turn opened fire on the crowd. 7 officers and 1 civilian died in the melee, while many others suffered a wide assortment of injuries. The riot and subsequent trials set off a Red Scare-like wave of xenophobia aimed at immigrants and labor organizers, leading to even more controversial death penalty convictions of 7 Haymarket protesters, while an 8th was sentenced to 15 years in prison. Despite a dogging lack of evidence, on November 11, 1887, 4 men were hanged, while a 5th committed suicide on the eve of his execution. Reacting to public backlash over the lack of evidence behind the protesters' alleged guilt, Illinois Governor Richard J. Oglesby commuted the 2 remaining death sentence prisoners to life in prison, while his successor John P. Altgeld pardoned all 3 remaining prisoners in 1893. While the Haymarket Riot was at first seen as counterproductive to the labor movement during the Industrial Revolution, it ultimately served as a turning point for American labor, leading to the formation of the American Federation of Labor, while inspiring a renewed passion for labor and leadership in the decades to come. And there you have it, the Haymarket Riot, today in the Daily Dose. Get your nerd on with the Daily Dose. And if you enjoyed today's episode, share the link with a friend or colleague so that they too can learn something new every day.